Welcome to an occasional op-ed of MCR. I'm Mayank Chaya. It is reasonable to describe the Washington Post editor-at-large Robert Kagan's resignation to protest the paper's billionaire owner Jeff Bezos' decision not to let it endorse Vice President Kamala Harris for president, a harbinger of potentially dark times for the American media. Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has apparently been prompted by the likelihood that former President Donald Trump could win the November 5th election and carry out a series of retributive strikes against those who have opposed him and have been critical of him. The Washington Post is a distinguished member of that fraternity. Although Bezos bought the newspaper in 2013 for $250 million, an amount that did not even dent his personal fortune, he is aware that against the backdrop of the Post's consistently damning coverage of Trump during and post-presidency, its editorial endorsement of Harris could instigate him to unleash retributive investigations against him once in the White House. William Lewis, the newspaper's publisher and CEO, wrote about the decision, and I quote, "The Washington Post will not be making an endorsement of a presidential candidate in this election, nor in any future presidential election. We are returning to our roots of not endorsing presidential candidates," unquote. However, the argument has not at all convinced Kagan and many others. In an interview with Erin Burnett on CNN, he was categorical about the reasons behind Bezos' decision not to allow the Post to endorse Harris.
Tell me how you came to that decision, what got you over the line?
Well, it was a pretty easy decision. This is obviously an effort by Jeff Bezos to curry favor with Donald Trump in the anticipation of his possible victory. Trump has threatened to go after Bezos' business. Bezos runs one of the largest companies in America. They have tremendously intricate relations with the federal government. They depend on the federal government, and Trump has made it clear that he will attack media organizations that are critical of him. He's threatened to take away CBS's license, and this is clearly an effort by Bezos to try to get on Trump's good side in advance of his presidency. So if we want to know how Trump is going to stifle the free press in the United States, this is the answer. This is how it's going to happen, especially when the media is owned by corporate titans who have a lot to lose if Trump is angry at them.
That is as damning as it can get. No one should be surprised if Trump feels emboldened by Bezos' move and chooses to project it as a triumph of his unvarnished tactics. Whether or not Trump brags about it, and irrespective of the Post publisher's assertion that in not endorsing Harris it was returning to its roots of not endorsing presidential candidates, Kagan's comments will resonate across the US media world. The true test for Bezos' much talked about hands-off approach to the Post will come if, under Trump as the next president, he lets the newspaper continue with its often harshly critical reporting of him, or allows the obvious corporate interests of Amazon, with a market capitalization of $1.93 trillion, take precedence over journalistic integrity. It is not necessarily a given that he would truckle under Trump's pressure, but equally, it is not that he would not.